On October 3rd, he asked me what day it was.
It's October 3rd.
Move over, mean girls. There's a new sheriff in town. Zatima is here to claim that October 3rd throne. Hello. Welcome to my channel, TV-DICTION, where we talk about my latest TV obsessions. Y'all, this is not a drill. BET dropped the release date and the 90-second trailer for season 3. Y'all, they finally heard our cries, and it was worth the wait, okay? October 3rd really can't come fast enough. Let's dive into this 90-second trailer, y'all. The trailer starts off real cutesy with Fatima sitting on Zach's lap and Zach saying, "We got a little Zach coming," and Fatima responded, "Oh, what if it's a girl?" And Zach replying, "She'll be called Zatima," even throwing out Zakisha and playing on the whole Sharkeisha no moment. Although I still think it's too soon for a Zatima baby, but the idea of a mini Zach and Fatima is super duper cute. Next, we get a clip of Zach screaming at Bryce about how he told Bryce not to invest, but he did so anyway, and rightfully so. That was so underhanded of Bryce to go behind Zach's back to process the deal, despite his qualms on the situation, then having no empathy for Zach's situation with his mom, and just worrying about the deal and why it didn't go through. I definitely did not expect that from him. Next clip we see is Deja walking into Zach's office stating, "Who's got some money?" And we get a glimpse of Preston, who is also in the office. Shout out to Jasmine Brown, though. That bounce back. She is looking good after dropping a whole human. Shout out some. Back to the trailer. I'm actually curious to see what drove Deja and Preston to Zach's office in the first place. We did get a montage of Deja and Preston together in what I presume is her apartment or her condo. And I do not like it at all, okay? I'm glad that they are incorporating Preston into the Zatima-verse because I did like the friendship between him and Zach. However, I am still Team Destin over here, okay? And I do not want to see Preston messing around with the likes of Deja. No, ma'am. After that, we get a clip of Fatima finding out that Miss Gladys had a $25,000 life insurance policy. And then we're projected into the parking lot where Jeremiah is yelling at Fatima, saying that the money is his. And he proceeds to grab onto Fatima's bag, and a scrabble ensues. And we see Fatima is thrown up against a wall and on the floor. Angela runs to Fatima's aid and asks Jeremiah, what did he do to her? And he replies, nothing. I'm scared for this one, y'all. I'm scared for this storyline only because we know that Fatima is pregnant, and this could be bad for the baby, and I wouldn't want to see Fatima go through something such as a miscarriage, especially at the hands of Zach's brother. That's a heartbreak that I'm not ready to see at all, y'all, and that's, a possibility of happening because she is pregnant, and that, blunt force trauma basically could affect the baby. But we're going to have to see how that one plays out. We're then placed in the barbershop where we see Tony working on a gentleman's hair, and the gentleman says, "If a man hit my girl and no one tells me, then we got a problem." This we can only assume that he's talking about the whole Jeremiah and Fatima situation, because the next audio we get is of Angela telling Fatima, "Zach is going to find out. Look at your head." Zach later confronts Fatima and says, "I'm going to ask you one time, then my brother hit you." I really understand why Fatima ain't tell him off rip, because we know Zach would flip the F off, as clearly showcased throughout the remaining clip of the trailer. It's like 90 seconds of Zach completely crashing out. We then get a montage of Nathan helping a clearly strung out Jeremiah out of a vehicle. After that, we get Tony yelling, telling Zach, he has a problem, and Zach replying, "I don't care. He's going to have a bigger problem when I get my hands on him." Then it is followed by a montage of Zach pushing Tony up against the wall, Fatima going in on somebody's car with a bag like she's Beyonce in the Hold Up video. All she was missing was the yellow dress. She had the blonde wavy hair going, put on a yellow dress and she's Beyonce in Hold Up. We didn't hear Tony saying, Zach, Zach has a record, and if he does something stupid, he could go to jail for life. Followed by a montage of Zach throwing a vase at the wall and the utmost chaos ensuing. Zach flipping over Tony, and Fatima hitting Zach with another ultimatum stating, if this is the way you want to live, then do it without me, and walking out the door. Next, we are seeing and hearing a distraught Angela screaming, followed by a car crash, a hospital scene montage, and Fatima doubling down on the ultimatum, stating, Zach, I mean it. It's this or us. And then the trailer ends with both Zach and Fatima distraught, sliding down a wall and crying. This season is going to be a whirlwind. Like, oh my God, they really about to put us through it. Overall, the trailer did not disappoint. It was most definitely worth the wait. However, here are some of my qualms about what's to come for the upcoming season. One, I'm not looking forward to the whole Jeremiah putting his hands on Fatima's scene because, like I said earlier, I do not want something to happen to the baby and it be at the hands of Zach's brother, because I feel like that's something I don't think Zach will be able to recover from. The thought of his brother harming his fiance is wild enough. Now for it to potentially also bring harm to his unborn child will be something that, weighs heavy on Zach's heart. Like, he really gonna take that one to the heart. And I'm not ready to see that. Two, I don't want this whole season to be us watching Zach crash out the whole time and everyone around him is being drained as they try to save him from himself, while also trying to save him from making irreparable damages to his life. Because I feel like this throwing away all the growth we've seen thus far in the evolution of Zach, and we're reverting back to Sisters season 1 Zach, with that destructive behavior. So I really don't want that the season to be consumed of all of that. Third, in the same breath that I say that I don't want to see Zach crash out over this whole Jeremiah situation, I also don't want to see everyone trying to make him mince his feelings either, for the sake of Jeremiah and what he's going through, especially with Miss Gladys being gone. I don't want it to be where everyone is telling him, you have to understand that Jeremiah has a problem and is going through a lot, and, kind of diminishing what Zach is going through with the hurt that he has at the fact that his brother, regardless of him being strung out, caused harm to the woman that he loves. Because oftentimes with toxic family dynamics, one person always has to take the brunt of being the bigger person or the better person and push their feelings down because someone else in the family is going to something that is deemed more significant than what the other one is going through or how they're feeling. We've seen this example countless of times throughout TV, as well in probably personal lives, because in terms of TV, we see that reflected in Soul Food and even in Tyler Perry's Big Happy Family. Anyways, let me go ahead and wrap this one up here. October 3rd really can't come fast enough because they had us waiting long enough, and having to wait practically a whole nother month seems cruel, especially after seeing that trailer. But we asked for it, they gave it to us, and the only thing left to do is wait and anticipate for October 3rd. But let me know down in the comments, what are your thoughts about the trailer and what are you looking forward to the most for this upcoming season? Thank you for watching.